And welcome back to Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Are you nice and warm and cozy and just swaddled in blankets with coffee like I have? If not, then well, why not? Why would you be watching videos without being comfortable? Okay, so here we are in Beastmasters. Oh! Good thing there was a chicken right there. So Beastmasters is specifically responsible. I like how I like how they shock themselves. Beastmasters are specifically responsible for creating the fodder that you see. Everything that gives us butterflies, they make it. I don't know how they make it, but that is their job.
Nasty Nork is turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
Ah, yes. So, the thing about, oh, frick. Okay. Should have expected that. Don't know why I didn't. Anyway, the thing about, there's not gonna be any chickens. Oh, there's one. The thing about this place is, and why they make fodder is a good question to me. Because Spyro seems to be the only one with a dragonfly. Who, you know, color indicates health and all that. He seems to be the only one that would affect. Unless, of course, the dragons can tell in some other way about their health. Otherwise, I can't imagine why they would... Hello. I can't imagine why they would need the fodder. Unless the fodder for them does not turn into butterflies, but they actually eat it. So here would be a place of like a farm, I guess.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
So you may have noticed already that the ones who live here are a little on the strange side. You know, I didn't plan on doing a flight mission, but I'm here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm glad I can record basically each homeworld as I go. Because it's essentially going to be pretty much just 6 episodes, maybe 7. This one. I like this one. If I'm capable of doing it. The second and third ones, however, is gonna... Damn it, I missed that. And I'm just gonna start over then, I guess. Didn't mean that, but it happened. Anyway, I'm gonna go through here now. I don't know if I can do the same for the second and third ones, just because they have a tendency to be a bit beefier. The homeworlds are gonna be quite a bit longer in comparison, because they have around the same-ish amount of worlds, but are longer, in my opinion. Like the very first homeworld in Avalar of the second game has 2 parts to it, I guess. At least that's how it feels. It's technically got like 2. Oh, no! Man, I probably would have had it if I didn't be an idiot. But yes, Avalar feels like it's a bit of a 2-parter. Right. For the third one, well, I was going to say that it has... I would think it would be shorter, but then again... the mini-games... Damn it. The mini-games kind of make it a bit on the beefy side as well. Oh, I'm just not going to make it, am I? Well, maybe. If I make sure to pull up. Yep. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get the boat in this at the same time. Ooh. I probably shouldn't have gotten any of the boats yet. I don't have enough time for them. Aww. That last one was in sight. If I don't get this one, then I'm probably going to go ahead and skip. Woo! Why am I going through here? That was a waste of time. And I miss. I may not get it this time. Where's the other one? Nope, pretty sure not gonna get it this time. Well, I might. It is plausible. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Yep, no. That was bad. That was really bad. Not gonna get it this time either. 4, 3, maybe? I might get it. Yes, okay, good. Perfect. Not doing that again. I didn't even finish the homeworld yet. I figured though, since I was just kind of trapped in this this particular area. Oh, how'd I miss that? Methinks Sparks decided not to pick it up. Misty Gog. Oh, okay. I guess it's a bit too big to charge. Thank you, Sparks, for picking up the green one. I would not have been able to see that. I don't know what is my problem with red ones. I remember there not being anything... Oh, hey, there is. Would have missed it. Ah, yes, treetops. I'm definitely going to be doing treetops probably after the boss. I like to get certain things out of the way. I'm not sure why I do that. I definitely do things out of order that way. You know, for the place that creates the fodder, they sure don't have a lot of fodder around here. They did do a good job at making the Norks as different as possible. I do appreciate that. There's one thing that made the second game my favorite, and that is honestly the fact that there wasn't like an army, unlike now and in the third game. Because in this game, you got the Norks. I don't think I needed to go all the way around. Anyway, in this game you have the Norks, and in the third game you have Rhinox, but in the second game, I don't think Ripto was actually, you know, present long enough to build an army. So he didn't. Yeah, that's good, all of them. So every world you go to has its own problems. It doesn't have like anything that I've seen that's related to Ripto. Which is actually why it's my favorite, story-wise anyway. Because every place has just their own individual issues that you need to deal with, and there's not just a bunch of enemies that are the same. Ah yes, these guys you can just avoid. Oh! Yep. I believe that for this particular area, you have to not be hit in order to get the skill point. So I'm just gonna let him throw these dudes at me. People were a bit, were wondering how that Toys for Bob were going to do these particular enemies. Because, you know, this was made in, like, I believe 1998. I think it was 1998 that these were made in. And quite a few things could, you know, were let slide. Particularly, let's say, racial things. And it was originally thought that these were, at least with the way they looked, these were supposedly some form of native. Rather than monkeys. I'm told they were actually always supposed to be monkeys. But, they didn't look that way in the original game.
Metalhead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
Yep. And that is how we get rid of him. So we have to wait till these are green before attacking him. And he will actually just straight up throw guys at him. So you can get him to attack them for you. Ta-da! So yeah, this is Metalhead. He, like the rest of the bad guys, is not given any sort of explanation whatsoever. As far as Toasty is concerned, we know that Nasty Nork paid him. Oh man, I jumped directly into that. Oh, that got rid of my skill point. I'm going to have to start this level over in order to get that skill point. Is it worth it, I ask myself? I suppose. I've done it before, so I might as well. Like I said, I can't guarantee I'll be able to get all the... Oh man. I can't guarantee I'll be able to get all the skill points in every game. But I shall try. I know for a fact that Lost Fleet in the third game, Lost Fleet, it is the one that gave me all of the issues. Oh, not gonna make that. That is where I experienced my game-breaking glitch, where I could not 100% it because of the gem missing. And then there was also a part in Lost Fleet that is apparently notorious for being way too underpolished and basically pretty much unfinished. I mean, the mission in it is doable, but the skill point is, to me, damn near impossible. And it's to go around on a skateboard for 3 laps in an allotted time. However, for me, there was no way I could have possibly done it within the allotted time. One, because that the area itself and the mechanics of it, it was just really glitchy. The hitboxes, the collision, well, the collision for a lot of things was way too sensitive. Like, I would clip off of just the very, very, very edge of a ramp or a path trying to get to one of those stars that sped me up. And it was just terrible. It took me an extremely long time to actually complete the challenge. Damn it. It took me a very long time to actually complete the challenge itself within it. And then the second challenge was fine. I don't know how, but it was just like way, way, way easier to do. Try to... Nope, definitely not gonna make it this time. Don't know why I decided to jump really early. Yep. I wonder though, why this area is the one with the fodder in it. Oh, you gotta catch that ledge just right. Now I can go get the chest. So this area, all I could think it's being used for is for homes as well. That is all I could imagine. Apart from in here, I don't know if the Norks built... Well, you know what? There's not even Norks here. There's monkey things and... What am I doing? It's way over here. There's the primate things, and then there's the big clunking metalhead. If I were to guess, I would say that Nasty Nort got allied with the monkeys and just kind of sent in his giant robot. Which actually does make sense, because the Norks are, you will see later on, the Norks are actually pretty advanced. Like, they're doing, at the very last level, as you can see, they've got an industrial era going on for themselves. Anyway, I'm going to pause it real quick so that I can get that skill point. All you have to do is not take any damage, basically, during the fight. So, I will be right back, as he licks his paw. There we go. And I've acquired the skill point for that area. Now it is to choose what we do next, which is probably going to be Treetops, to be honest. Treetops is a bit notorious for the specific little thing it's got going on here. The only way to complete it is to complete some rather difficult jumps. Which I can do, I just need to remember how. It doesn't frustrate me that much, which is good. I'm just like, oh, I need to try again, and I need to try again. Or like, oh yeah, that was my bad. I didn't get that right. So yes, here we are. These are the enemies we technically should have faced before the ones in Metalhead. This particular place, I don't know if it actually... Ow. I can't say it actually belongs to the dragons at this point. I mean, it probably does, it just feels like it's more made for these guys, unless they made this stuff after the dragons were encased in crystal. Anybody else over here? I wonder if I can hit this with this. Yep. Sure can. Let me try hitting both of them to save time. There we go. I really love how the lids can just hit things. I wonder how many people actually did figure that out. Because, I mean, I didn't when I was young and playing this. By the way, I can't say anything about when I was younger anymore past, you know, past Peacekeepers, because I never got past that part. Honestly. When I was young, I actually didn't know that video games had endings, and that was all my dad's fault. And I will tell you why here in a second.
Greetings, Spyro. For an amazing tour of the treetops, don't just stop at one supercharge.
So yeah, my dad used to... I mean, he played games too. Oh no. Aww. Well, that was supposed to be the way to get to somewhere specific, but I didn't do it right, sadly. Damn it. Oh, I have a key. Anyway, my dad would play mainly Final Fantasy. Oh, I can't get up there. Weird. his favorite was Final Fantasy X. And he had this frustrative thing where he basically didn't grind enough. So he would be stuck on a boss or something, and then he would get frustrated and just start the whole game over. Rather than grind, he would just start the game over. So I never knew games had endings for the longest time.
Spyro, if you jump at the end of a supercharge ramp, you can really go far.
I'm all over it.
Now this one, how to get to the interesting place. Oh, so close. I jumped a little weird on that one, that's my fault. But yeah, so I had my Spyro game, and then I just kind of kept restarting it, because I was unaware that it had an ending, or that you were supposed to play through it. So this is the not as hard area to get to. I need to make sure I get all of the gems, because the first time I did that, aha, I missed this. And then I had to do that again, and it was annoying. This little spot is the... Whoops. The way to get home. So yeah, you can probably already tell what is infamous about this, and that's that you have to leap with multiple supercharges in order to get to particularly high places. And I'm glad at least while I'm doing it, I can remember it well enough. Like I said, it hasn't been terribly long since I played these games. I have played... Oh, I need to get that. I've played the, I played the first and second one a few months ago, and then the third one I actually just got done playing. I kind of took a bit to get to that one just because of how buggy I heard it was, and I was kind of waiting for a patch. Ow, but the patch never came. So, yeah. Still waiting for that patch. But, I mean, I can't blame the developers. It was really just... it was really just Activision... Alright, let's see if I can get this time. No, I jumped wrong. Where did it save me at? Okay, this is fine. So one big difference, with the game, and the supercharge at least, is that it didn't used to have like a build-up like it does now. It used to be immediately fast. Wait, which one? Hold on. Where was I supposed to go from there? Where was... Oh, it was over... Okay, it's to the left. Break that first. Let's see. just give me a bit. It will, it's not particularly easy, this part. I mean, like I said, it's not hard, it's just like, you really gotta memorize exactly where to go, and I have not memorized it. I only remember part of it, really, so... And that part you can see me doing, just not particularly well just yet. Ah! You know, I jumped that, just like I did every other time. So there is a little bit of an issue that I've heard of, specifically with this. And it's exactly that. Sometimes the jumps don't go quite as they are supposed to. Come on. There we go. Yes. Fuck you. So yeah, that is getting up here. It took me 4 or 5 tries.
That was quite a ride, Spyro. You learned a lot since you were a young glider.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
That is true. Though I do feel like Spyro should sound a lot more frustrated with him about that. That would be totally understandable with how much people struggle with this. Oh, okay. Yep. The enemies are nothing here. We die to fall damage. While I'm here, I might as well just make sure I got all the gems, because I don't want to have to do that again. So yeah, the last time I played this, and first time I played this, all the way through, for frick's sake. Okay, need to make sure to go to the right. The right is your friend. Never completed it as a child, so I completed the first one as an adult. And for that same reason I gave earlier, with me not knowing that games had endings, I didn't complete the second one until I was either a teenager or nearly a teenager. And I remember struggling massively with Ripto, and being just so proud of myself when I finally did beat him. Which, as far as bosses go, it is actually a pretty layered, difficult fight for this game. Here we are. Then 100% and right next to the way to get back, and that is treetops. I did that relatively quickly, considering. Now then, where to go now? I did the 2 hardest ones, so now let's go backtrack a bit, and, you know, flame and not, Alright, so there's one over there, and there's one over here. Let's go ahead and go to Misty Bog first. Might as well go everything backwards. However, I won't be able to do the very last level backwards, just because the portals open one by one after you do each of them. So yeah, my little theory is that the dragons blast away. I mean, yeah, it's a weak theory that the dragons want let me Whoops. Check the guidebook real quick. Okay, wait. Nothing in Terrace Village yet, because we're not there yet. No electric damage. Oh, that's not gonna be easy. So he caught that thing, and he's very happy about it. It's just gonna continue making noise. But yeah, these things used to be horrifying. They're less horrifying. Ow. They are still dangerous. And still scary, but you know. Also, this place feels like it's way brighter than it used to be. It probably... Is there anything over here? I forget. Nope. I mean, it probably is a lot brighter, but they did want to have a lot of variation on, They did want to have some variation on all the swamp, because, you know, there's just a lot of swamp that looks about the same around here. But even though I know it's a bit of a weak headcanon, considering it's the best explanation I've got. Because otherwise, why would the dragons, who are probably much more powerful than Spyro, albeit that he is a different, possibly a different species than them, of dragon, why would they not, particularly peacekeepers, why would they not go straight to Nasty Nork to fight him once freed? Like, they can't be, you know, total cowards and just leave everything up to a baby dragon. Or young dragon, anyway.
Be on the lookout for attack frogs. They are cold-blooded killers.
Attack frogs?
And this used to be such a nice swamp.
Yeah, with the attack frogs, you do have to be a bit preemptive in your attack to make sure that they don't get you first, because they are very quick to attack. I believe this place is called Misty Swamp, or Misty Bog, is it not? I do not see the mist. I mean, there's some in the background. But, like, the homeworld is more misty than this. Time for a nice, satisfying brigade of just bashing the bad guys. Sorry, I was just trying to do as many alliterations as possible. Should be able to make this. But yeah, I feel like they just kind of wanted to prepare Spyro. For frick's sake, why? Prepare Spyro for missions and such, as we've already seen. Why was that difficult? Like, I do notice that holding the jump button does make you jump higher. Ow. At least that's how it seems to me. That holding it does make you... So I guess I'm just gonna glide each time. Make sure these attack frogs do not attack me first. So yeah, attack frogs first, then guys. There we go. That was probably the hardest room here that I'm aware of.
Thanks for releasing me. It seems like I've been trapped in here since I was your age.
Oh, no.
Why, I remember,
Gotta go.
Spyro's attitude in this game is not exactly consistent. Like, sometimes he's more empathetic and other times he's, I don't know, there's just... Yeah, I think I'm making this. Oh, and I missed that too. Good job, me. Anyway, his attitude is kind of all over the place in this game. And it's how it was in the original, so I can't fault Toys for Bob for that. Because they're basically using the exact lines word for word that was used in the original. So there's nothing that they could have done, I guess. Like, they did add a few more lines of dialogue, of course, to, you know, make it to where it's not as boring with the thank you for releasing me. By the way, I want to mention this is a very pretty room. Speaking of which, I wonder if our skill point count has gotten us the art gallery yet. It has. So you'll unlock, I think 2 to 3 parts of the art gallery as you progress with skill points, and that's what the skill points are for. It used to be where they where they make it so you get like a little epilogue thing at the end, but it wasn't. I mean, even though they've taken that out, yeah, some people aren't happy about it, but the epilogue wasn't very good to me, honestly. And it did not seem to fit well with the canon stuff. So, here is a cover. Here's our lovely purple boy. And one of the box arts to the right there. A few expressions of him, along with Sparks looking adorable. That is very well drawn and gorgeous. Ah, yes. So you can already see the paintball thing that they are going to have going on. These are spoilers. I don't know why I'm showing them yet. That would be from Dreamweavers. Still from Dreamweavers. There's Toasty. There is Dr. Shimp and Blowhard, Metalhead, Jackaw, and Nasty Nork. Jackaw is strange. I don't find him scary, but he's just odd to me, but it makes a little sense considering where he is.
thank you for releasing me.
He had a lot of snails on him. Alright, so wait for a second. There we go. The boar takes out everybody for you in that particular spot. And he would have taken out that frog for me if I wasn't so trigger happy. Oh, he runs at you. Wonder if that boar will take out everybody for me. Yep, that's fun. I didn't know that the boars just took out everybody. Quick check the time. Yep, my boyfriend should be getting home at any point. So I'll have to make sure to either stop or pause the recording when he gets home. Which I do have a couple more levels to go, so...
I'll tell you what to do with those creatures. Smash them, Spyro! Stamp them out and squish them and squash them!
How about charge them and flame them? We are dragons, after all.
A lot of people really like that guy. Oh, almost missed that. I would have had to have had sparks to tell me that was there. I may be just a bit quieter now, but just because I can hear myself, since I do have one side of my headset off, so I'm listening to the door, so that I know I can pause it immediately, and then just basically wait for the to get settled in, and probably playing a game of his own before I continue this. That way there's as little disturbance as possible. This is nice. Look at that. Hopefully I can make this. Yep. Okay. Ooh! Why do I struggle so much with these? Seriously. Okay, okay, okay. I feel like that was a collision problem and not a me problem that time, actually. Ow! Why did I run around him? I do not know. I blame him running forward. Oh, and I have to do that again. Sorry. Did it set me? About to say sorry that it set me back so far, but now because of my little blunder, I have even further to continue. Oh, come on! I landed on that. This did not give me nearly this much issue last time. I guess I'm getting a little impatient. One step at a time. Ooh. And here we are back. There we go. That is very satisfying when I can actually pull it off. I swear, this game is much easier than I make it without it. And probably just a bit. So, alright, Sparks, we got this. Probably make it over there across that waterfall. Oh, I see it. Hopefully that's the only one. There are only two. Nope. What else we got? Sparks. Do I have to go all the way back? Really? I wish there was a warrior thing over there for this reason. Oh, okay. I guess I have to do the other way yet again. Is there a whirly thing over here? I don't think there is. So yeah, I have to use this as far as I can see, and I can't see another way. Going about it. This is a strangely laid out area. Seriously? Okay, I feel like the collision on that is a little bit unnecessary. I do feel like maybe his little step-up thing should probably be a bit more sensitive for this specific spot. It feels like it really should be. Okay, so back up here I am, which Sparks decided to tell me too late that there was one over here. That's a mushroom. There I was doing pretty good with not, you know, oh wait, no. I was doing pretty good with the, you know... Oh, the frog? I didn't get the... That's weird. That's just strange. I mean, that's a fair enough mistake. Usually, as soon as you kill something, the gem goes directly to you. Maybe the gem just didn't spawn that time. That would be a good enough explanation to me. Okay, really? Okay. That was definitely not my fault. That was an invisible wall that was a little bit too far from the cliff. I can definitely say that time was not my fault. I mean, I like the layout of the level, it's just hard to traverse in general. Otherwise, I really do like the way it looks. And, well, yeah, the layout. And as for what the place is used for, I can't say. It just kind of looks like it's ruins, really. Oh! What happened to it? Is it just because I literally just spawned in? Alright. Now for this next area, we have to... I'm unhappy with that. As far as this place, we have to just make sure we do not get shocked, which will not be particularly easy for me, because as you saw, as soon as I got here, I immediately was electrocuted in the home world. Nice green sky. Now, is this going to be more misty than the place that was supposedly called Misty Bog? I bet it is. If anything, treetops are probably the mistiest. I don't know, it just kind of bothers me that one of them is called Misty Bog, but it's probably the clearest one out of all of them. Yep, it's actually mistier. Ooh, skydiving. You know what, if I were Source for Bob, I honestly would have said no sky landing. Just because they, you know, they're the creators of Skylanders. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense, like, for the sign itself, but it would be just a little Easter egg. Besides, not a lot of people are going to leave that sign animated. I like how he's got his little clothes. Now, if I don't get electrocuted, does it mean do not get hit at all because everybody's using electrocution? I'm pretty sure it's just for electric doors, so I'm pretty sure it specifically said the electric door. Oh. I can hear him coming in. I'll be right back. Okay, so that was just my boyfriend getting home. He may be milling about for a bit, so I doubt the camera will pick up anything. But otherwise, there shouldn't be any enemies. So this area is probably used for exactly what it says. It's a terrace, it's probably just homes. Look at the goofy face on that hearth. I don't remember what the original ones looked like, or even if the original one had hearths in here. I like how those little guys, the things with what they're shooting electricity with just looks like plugs. There's another sign that says go no skydiving down here somewhere. Nope, I'm thinking about a different area. No, there it is. Sparks, you missed another gem. And I missed all those red gems. Red, the most eye-catching color, and yet I miss things that are red. Is Claude.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
The power of electricity. Alright, so need to make sure not to get electrocuted once by the floor here, otherwise I will have to restart the whole thing over again. There's a couple of chests that we need, I believe, rockets for. And there's one there. As you can see, the Norks are getting more and more industrialized as we go along. They've clearly discovered electricity. They're using more sophisticated technologies currently. Ow. It's those two guys. Just both of them together. They make it very difficult for me to do this. There we go. At least I didn't get electrocuted by the floor. I got electrocuted by everything else but the floor. Now there's only a few more of those floors to go, thankfully. And chickens. Oh, a bunch of those guys in here. Another chicken. So yeah, I mentioned that there are certain biomes that are my least favorite in any video game that I'm aware of. I can't imagine very many video games that I've played that have that particular biome that I do like, apart from maybe one, and I've already mentioned deserts, and swamp is another one.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
This guy just flops as soon as you free him. He wasn't much different in the original. He was the only one just laying down for some reason. Oh, this won't be particularly easy. Wait for the floor to stop being electrified to get this dude. It's okay if I'm electrocuted by them. That is fine. There's another no skydiving sign. Oh, okay, we've already been down here. Don't know why I jumped down there then. I believe this is the last one, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, nope, not the last one. Get the gem from... Nope. I guess I'm used to the other games where the gems just fly out of the enemy and go straight to you. At least that's how I think it does. That's how it felt like. Now that should be the last one. I'm pretty sure now all I have to do is leave in order for that to trigger the skill point. Oh, that was close. Okay. Now for those other two boxes, I will smack my face into a wall, apparently. For those other two boxes, I need to find the other little fireworks that will set them off. I feel I need to platform from possibly a different area, or nope, it's one of those situations again where you have to glide to something that you cannot see. They don't do that in the second and third game, thankfully. I mean, it's not that much of a problem once you memorize it, but it's a bit of a pain to learn. Considering you're just kind of running around wondering where to go and then it's just out of sight. And then you'd have to be able to see the ledge first, and then you have to map out how to get there. And that is level complete. Wonder how they figured out they could electrocute the floor here, because it looks like just stone to me. And back to the homeworld. Is this the last place in the homeworld? Also, did I get that skill point? No electric floor damage. I didn't take any electric floor damage. Well, looks like I'm going to have to go back. I will pause the video though. You don't need to see me running around trying not to get electrocuted again. And skill point acquired. Okay. Let me try to remember if that was everything. It looks like it was everything. Game total 70%. I don't think there was a... Nope, there wasn't a portal over here, so I think that is all the worlds in the swamps. I mean, the swamps here aren't so bad. It's a pretty good layout, in my opinion, and... Oh yeah, it definitely needs sparks back. Still treetops. I'm glad I was able to do treetops with minimal difficulty. This place looks like ancient. Maybe a little more ancient than the dragons, anyways. You learn later on that the dragons got here about 1,000 years ago.
Oh, I feel much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. Are you ready to go?
Two Dreamweavers. So yeah, I was wondering if maybe the temples around there possibly belong to another native Probably those primates we saw before the dragons came to take over. Because the dragons weren't here before 1,000 years ago. And now they have made their home.